Have you ever been in a country just completely different than your own when suddenly one of your car doors is yanked open by two large unspeaking men and the guy in the front seat gets pulled out and taken away? Okay, instead of my usual shtick of leading you on and on and on and on before we finally get to the story, I just want to jump into this. But I will preface it with one thing. It was one of those situations where I had absolutely no idea what was happening, what I was going to do. In retrospect, and I do want to talk a little bit about that, life is not what you think life is based on what you see in the movies. Okay, we are in Fes Morocco. We have a friend named Asseade. We met him a couple of years ago. Back then, he was a kid. He's still a kid. I think he's 16 or 17 now. Anyway, he wanted to show us his city. So he went and hired a taxi cab, and the four of us are just driving all around Fes, and he's pointing this out, and he's pointing this out, and we're having a grand old time. Now, we're sitting at a stoplight, and all of a sudden, he's in the front passenger seat. His door is ripped open. Two large men didn't say a word, grabbed him, yanked him out of the car, shut the door, and they're walking back towards theirs. Nikki and I are in the back seat just going, what the just happened? We don't know what's going on. We look over at the driver, the taxi guy. He's just got this, I'm not here, I'm not here, I'm not here look on him. Now, we don't know what's going on. It seemed like an eternity. One of the guys came up, opened the front door again, leaned in, and the only thing he said was, "He is false." Shut the door, car takes off. We don't know what the hell is happening. Turned to the driver, who had very, very little English, and we have almost zero Arabic. And, basically it boiled down to, I take you back to Riyadh. We finally understood what they were doing. They have a lot of laws in Morocco about illegal guides. You can't just decide you're going to put people in a car and drive them around. That's what they thought was happening, apparently. They thought he was a false guide. Now, Nikki is just livid beyond herself. She's yelling out the back of the window like they could hear her. And she's yelling that he's our friend, he's our friend. I mean, he was kind of the reason we came back to Fes, was to see him again. Anyway, his aunt, her name is Batula, she runs the Riyadh. So we get back, we tell her what's going on. Nikki wants to go help her, but that's sort of a bad idea. Anyway, long story short on that, Batula goes down to the police station, just reads them the frickin' riot act. I would not want to be on the wrong side of Batula. Anyway, Asseade comes back. He just looks petrified, by the way. And in the end, we all got to get back together, and we kind of learned our lesson on appearances matter, I suppose. They were the tourism police. They had no uniforms, no ID, nothing like that. So that's the story of how our friend was stolen. It is not the end of my story. We've all seen movies. We've pictured ourselves as the actor when something really, really weird happens. Some policeman comes, something gigantic happens, and you think, I'm going to rush to the rescue. I'm going to be Johnny on the spot. And what actually happens is you become Johnny petrified on the spot. One of the first things I thought, once I started getting an understanding that something really weird was happening, was, I hope it doesn't happen to me. I understand completely now why some people can be just cowed by authority or just shut down by the unknown. I am truly embarrassed that I didn't do something. What I could have done, I don't know. Perhaps I could have rolled down my window and went, "Excuse me, sir, why are you taking my friend?" Maybe that would have worked, maybe it wouldn't. I have no idea. But what I do know was that when push came to shove, I locked up. And it's not something I'm proud of, as I say. It's just something that happened. Nikki was kind of in the same situation. She came out of that much quicker than I did and was able to try to scream through the back window to find out what happened. It was just my first real faced with authority. And again, we're in a country that we don't know the rules, we don't know the laws. I don't know what happens when somebody gets out and challenges authority in a country like that. I was completely lost. And then the thing happened that really shouldn't happen, and it tested me in a way, and I failed. Now, I'm not saying I'm a failure. I have learned a lot from that, quite a lot, actually. And I think, and I hope it doesn't happen again, but if it does, maybe I'll be a little more prepared. I do know that it taught me a lot about myself, and I don't know what else it taught me, but I'm still trying to learn from it. Well, that kind of wraps us up for the two-part series on travel fear and what to do and what not to do when you're traveling. The other video, and I'm going to put a link to it around here somewhere, was about the first time I ever traveled outside the United States to Bangkok, Thailand, where the Hong Kong police pulled me aside, and we'll go watch the video and you will find out everything I didn't do right, which resulted in machine guns being pointed at me and me almost peeing my pants, maybe. This is probably the last video you're going to get from me from what is finally today sunny San Francisco, Oakland area. We are moving on to Virginia here for a couple of weeks, then back to Florida, and then off we go to Barcelona, Spain. Cannot wait to start bringing you videos from there, but for now, travel safe, be a pirate, and go wander. Oh, and this cross between Santa Claus, Ernest Hemingway, and just general homelessness, it's coming off. When we traveled out here, I kind of forgot to pack some shaving gear, so apologize for the look. I'll be better soon.